and a couple of pillows. Maybe should check on Marlene here. All right, well, once you're comfortable, stretched out or knees bent, just let yourself take some breaths. Maybe consciously inhaling and exhaling for the first time today. Breath feels nice. We may have a couple people popping in late. And I'm going to share just a couple little quotes about spring. I've been trying to notice the flowers. I know that the flower of Ukraine is a sunflower, and my neighbor Pat got us a bunch of people on our street with these solar powered sunflowers. So we have a sunflower now that lights up at night and it shows during the day. So that's nice. And just trying to pay attention to flowers and sunshine and the sky and the ground, and remember that it's spring and that's a time for some good things to happen, for things to bloom. That's what I'm hoping for, because everything just feels really heavy. But when we gather together, we move and breathe, I hope that we find some feelings of good, some feelings of sunshine. This one is from William Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. All our yogi friends are arriving. Hello, hello. We're going to start lying down, taking Shavasana, or you can have your knees bent. And I'm sharing a little passage about spring. This is the definition of spring, a lovely reminder of how beautiful change can be, a season of renewal and growth, a whimsical time of year. Keep noticing the support of the earth beneath you, where you can just let go and relax. If you have a favorite flower, maybe it's the sunflower, but if you have a favorite flower, maybe just imagine being among some of those flowers, some bouquets, or maybe they're right around you. They maybe have a nice scent. You might imagine the texture of the flower. Always love touching the petals. Maybe thinking about the leaves, the stems, the shape. A few more breaths right here, settling, ready to practice together. Bring your hands to touch in front of your heart center. Taking in a deep breath through the nose and maybe a gentle sigh out of the mouth. Let's send some love, some care, some compassion, some healing out into the world. And when you're ready, you can draw your knees in toward your chest. First, we'll just pause here. You can rock if you want side to side, but otherwise you can just be still, gently hugging the knees in, being mindful that you don't need to hug them in as far as you possibly can, just a comfortable hug. And if you are rocking, just come back to center. And as you inhale, take the legs away from your torso and then exhale, draw them in. Inhale, legs away. Exhale in. Some nice gentle movement for your low back, your lumbar spine. Inhale, out. Exhale in. You can always switch the breath. The main thing is you check in with it often. It's your anchor instead of being like so. I mean, I'm saying this to you and I'm like, Terry, pay attention. When we're not with our breath or our bodies, then we're thinking about the past and the future and what's happening, and we're worried. And instead, we can just be right here, right now, this moment. That's where the magic is, this moment. A couple more times. Inhaling and exhaling, legs away from the body and back in. And then find that happy medium hug. And each leg will make a circle. One hand on each knee, each leg making a circle. Keep them at a pace that feels so good for your hips. And again, maybe noticing massage, gentle movement of your low back. Switch direction. Noticing the breath, thinking about spring and the beauty of spring. We can bring some of that inside, within, just with intention. And release your legs and go ahead and slide the legs out. You can take them as wide as your mat or even a little wider. If that's not comfortable, you can bend them for now. We'll eventually be in this shape. And then take your arms, reach them up and over, and then back down by your side. We'll do that a few times, arms reaching up and over any amount and coming back down by your sides. You might inhale as you take the arms up and over and exhale as you bring them back, creating some space in the side body and truly your whole torso and beyond. Next time your arms go up and over, pause, taking this shape of a starfish. If this is too much, you can take your arms in a T, any shape. My blanket's kind of in the way here. There we go. Long legs, long arms, and you can scrunch your fingers and toes and then spread them out. Scrunching fingers and toes and spread them out. A few more times, scrunching, spreading them out. Last one. And then when you release the fingers and toes, just imagine the space beyond fingers and toes, beyond the legs and the arms. So you're spreading out and you're taking up space, like you're reaching beyond yourself. Taking nice full breaths here, sighing out for the exhales if you would like. And notice the ground. The body can be heavy into the ground. And we'll reach through all the limbs and toes and fingers. One more full breath here. And slowly you can release the arms, bend your knees, and draw your legs back in toward your chest. We'll be still or a very gentle side to side movement. And then please bring your legs together and we'll make some circles with the feet and the legs together. Switching direction. Few more breaths right here, circling. Coming back to center, release your legs. Slide the legs out again. We'll go as wide as the mat or maybe a little bit off the mat. Your arms can come into a T or up and over into the shape of the starfish again. We'll start by just noticing the ground, the support. And we'll do opposite. Right fingers, left toes, scrunch and spread out. Couple more times. Right fingers, left toes, scrunch and spread. Once more. And we switch. Left fingers, right toes, scrunch and spread. Keep the others relaxed. Scrunch and spread. Left fingers, right toes. Doesn't help when I give the wrong instruction. One more time, right toes, left fingers, scrunch and spread. And then all of the toes and fingers, scrunching, spreading. One more time, scrunching and spreading. And then see if you can reach through the legs and feet and toes, through your arms and hands and fingers. Full breaths. Heavy into the earth. Maybe a little lightness on the front body. And release your arms. Draw the legs in and bend the knees. Again, we'll hug the legs in. And this time, there's a couple options. You might like to be right here, like an upside down child's pose. Some of you may like to come into a happy baby. That's a lot maybe for already in class, but you could hold behind the knees. And you can also come in and then go to the hug and find happy baby and come back to hugging the knees. Just a few breaths. One more big inhale, full exhale. And this time when we take the legs out, you'll take both legs to one side. So maybe right leg to the right, left leg follows. Little side stretch here, pelvis grounded. You can take your arms in a T or up and over, and you might shimmy the torso. That shimmying can be so strange and awkward and messy, but that's okay too. Just encouraging a stretch on the left side of the body, both sides of your pelvis down. A few breaths on this side. And we can scoot back to neutral, release the arms, bring the legs back. So we're in a Shavasana shape, 2 full breaths here before the other side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And then left leg to the left, right leg follows. Pelvis down, both sides down. Arms in a T, maybe up and over, maybe that scoot. The torso goes the same direction as the legs, and suddenly we are in a crescent moon shape. Three more breaths here. Slowly, please take your time making your way back into the Shavasana shape. Arms by your sides, legs relaxed. Taking just a few breaths here, but notice, let the body get heavier into the ground. Take the support. And please bend your knees and grab one of your pillows. We're going to take supported bridge now. So plant your feet, lift your pelvis, and bring your cushion underneath. Anything counts. A blanket is lovely, a pillow. If you have a yoga bolster or a block is probably not good because we would spend a lot of time here, but depends. The block might feel just great to you, so you can, of course, do that. For now, let's leave the legs in this neutral position and see if you can find the place, maybe scooting the feet forward a little or back, where you feel like the legs are grounded, that you don't have to put a ton of effort into holding them. See if you can find that place. And then we'll take the arms into cactus arms. You may decide to be still right here, or you can rotate the arms a few times. Goalpost arms, and then forearms and palms toward the ground, never forcing. We want each pose to be greeted with curiosity, and we welcome it, however it is today. And let's pause with the arms in cactus or in a T. You can roll the head side to side a couple of times, and then we'll come to stillness. Just imagine tension releasing from your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. pausing. Become aware of each inhale and exhale. When you can release your arms, take the right leg on top of the left for thread the needle. You can keep your left foot grounded, or you're more than welcome to draw the legs in. If that feels better, you can draw them in and hold the thigh or the shin. If your arms do not reach, you can always grab a strap or a towel and hold the towel to help hold the legs in. Okay, there's always options. Your right leg is on top. Please take a few ankle circles with your right ankle in each direction. And let the foot rest. Take a full in breath through the nose. Open your mouth, exhale. A couple more times like that, maybe with some sound. Let your breath then return back to its own natural rhythm. We'll stay here for another minute or so. You can also draw the legs in, or you could release them, switching the shape of your figure four or thread the needle. Few more breaths. And we'll slowly release and switch sides. Left leg on top, keeping the right foot down or drawing the legs in. Bring your awareness to your left foot. Make a few ankle circles with each direction. Let the foot rest. Take at least 3, maybe 4 or 5. Inhale through the nose and nice big releasing exhales. You can make sound if you would like. letting your breath settle, maybe switching the shape of your thread the needle, bringing the foot down or lifting the legs up. At the bottom of your next exhale, release the legs. And you can decide to stay here, supported bridge, or you may like to take both legs up into the sky. Feel free to, bend and straighten the legs a few times, single or double. Just getting the feeling of what it would be like to hold them up in the air. Be mindful that the legs are close enough to your torso to not feel like an ab workout. If they're far away, that this angle becomes core work. Nothing wrong with it, but not what we're going for right now. Remembering your favorite flower. And we'll spend about a minute here. Bringing your legs back down, feet on the ground. And this time, take the feet just a little wider than your hips. Let the knees fall together. If you need another cushion between the knees, add that. That can be nice. I don't know why my neck is itching. It's not good. Okay, so legs are supported. And then you'll take your arms up and bring your palms to touch. From here, all we're doing is keeping two straight arms and trying to take the arms to the right and to the left. It's not going to go very far. Keeping the palms together and even, keeping the arms straight. We're just looking for a tiny bit of rotation in the thoracic spine. Small. And we'll do one more time each way. And then clasp your hands, turn your palms up toward the sky. And you can reach your arms back behind you any amount. Take it very slow. Take a slow journey, reaching the arms up and over. Keep your ribs down. They are wanting to pop up, but keep them down. reaching the arms wherever they reach, taking a full breath in and exhale out. And bringing the arms back up. Do not unclasp them. Take a look. Take a look and notice which index finger is on top. And then just switch so that the other index finger is on top. Feels a little weird. And we flip the palms up toward the sky and we reach back any amount. Don't forget to breathe. One more breath here. You can bring the arms back up and release the clasp. Wiggle your fingers, release the arms, maybe circle the wrists a few times. Those stretches can be intense. From here, we'll lift up off the cushion, bring your pelvis down to the ground and pause. If it feels like you need to hug your knees in, you can go ahead and do that. Otherwise, just pause here. Feet on the ground, knees toward the sky. Let your spine settle. When you're ready, you'll roll to one side and you'll come all the way on to your belly. You can have a blanket for your forehead, or you can stack your hands to start and rest your forehead on your hands. But we're finding that starfish shape again eventually. First, let's just get used to being on the ground, face down, attention inward, and feedback of the ground. You can feel your mat as you breathe in and breathe out, belly and chest. And if ever this is creating tension in your low back, feel free to bend your knees. You can move the legs a little side to side, or you can also just do a little, what we call a hip waggle. It's a very scientific term. All right, so from here, taking the legs a little wider out into this starfish shape. So you can have your blanket for your forehead, your arms come up. Now we're in this beautiful X marks the spot or starfish shape. If it's okay, you can remove the blanket and take your forehead all the way down onto the mat. It can be smushy, so if you don't like it, trust that. Press your pubic bone down. So think pelvis down. You might encourage a little lengthening, a sensation of space in the low back. Keep the connection with the pubic bone. And feel the earth, and you're reaching beyond your fingertips, beyond your toes, creating space, creating this beautiful, lengthy
spectacular starfish. And you might just think about this, or it might happen. Lift your left arm, maybe an inch or two off the ground, and then lower it. Pubic bone connected to the mat. And then right arm lifts any amount. Don't forget to breathe. Don't forget the connection of the pelvis. Release the arm. Try the left leg. Length more than height. Length more than height. Release the leg. Right leg lifting. And release. And we'll try now opposites. Right arm, left leg. Length is more important than how high you're going. Breathe and release. Reset the pelvis. It's very tempting. The booty starts to stick up. Pubic bone down, long in the low back. Left arm, right leg, lift. And release. So try each side one more time. Right arm, left leg. You might smile if you have room. Release, and then left arm, right leg, lift, lengthen, 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 breathe. And release. Rest if you'd like. Remember hip waggle or windshield wipers. Some of you may want to try lifting all of the limbs and maybe even the head. It's like a fifth limb. Pubic bone down, all the limbs lift, and you take a breath or two. And when you release, bring your blanket or your hands underneath your forehead. Bend your knees and allow some gentle windshield wipers. We'll try one back bend here today, a low cobra, or it's a cobra variation, or sphinx pose. So you straighten the legs out, but now they're narrower. They're back in line with your hip bones. Tops of the feet press down, and you can come up into this wide diamond with the arms. Pubic bone is connected, so the back is long here. Now, if that's too high, you widen the arms. If you want a little more, you bring the arms closer together, coming into sphinx pose. Shoulders, elbows, elbows, wrists. Lots of breath here. There's maybe even a gentle squeeze of the buttocks. Strong back body for back bends. Shine your heart. Imagine you have a beautiful light shining right out, glitter, sparkle. 2 more breaths. And we release and we'll rest. You can rest here, crocodile pose. Forehead on your hands. Or if you'd like, and it sounds appealing, you can press back and take child's pose. Any variation, you can stack your hands, rest your head on a couple of pillows. Choose a place to rest. And wherever you are, imagine your whole body breathing in spring
exhale, letting go of winter. Even though we don't have like my mom's winter, there's still this lightness of spring and kind of this coming out of hibernation, sort of. And then very slowly, gently, with great care, you'll begin to come back onto your back, setting up for a blissful Shavasana, giving yourself time to get comfortable. Please don't rush. Please don't rush. You have pillows you can place under your thighs. You can have support for your head and your neck. And a couple of options for the arms. The usual Shavasana shape, palms up or down, arms by your side, leaving space so that the armpits can breathe. So you don't want your arms like tucked in, some space. Or if it feels soothing, let your hands rest on your belly. And take the first few breaths, arriving in the pose, giving yourself permission to rest. So truly the most important part of the practice. And I'll let you know when it's over. Shavasana. choose to stay and rest longer, or take a few deep breaths, bringing your awareness back to your body, to the room, to your space, to your favorite flower. Wiggle fingers, toes. And you may like one more time a big starfish shape, a big full body stretch. Roll to your side into fetal pose. Pause there. Just notice, like spring, we're beginning again after the practice. So notice the support of the earth. Thank yourself and each other for showing up today for practice, and then bring yourself up to sit. You can touch your hands together in front of your heart. Grateful for this practice and for each of you for showing up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Namaste.